Alright, so they're talking about masking up, and on the radio about how after Joe Biden won, which I don't understand why people would vote for somebody who can instantly be put sleep mode, right? DBSs aren't real, and Elon Musk is obviously in charge. Now they're saying that everything rose in that they wrote that with in 2 days with masks being mandatory, they have everything rose by like 80-something% or something, I think is what they just said. Now, and they even said, if the mask has been more mandatory, now that is only going to cause more health issues. It is really only messing with people. If it isn't airborne, why aren't we washing our hands? Why hasn't it been brought down? Because it's influenza B, people. It is fucking influenza B. I really don't give a shit. Since 2015, it's been on the rise. It was a whole bunch of other stuff. They had put stuff in the water supply. There had been stuff in the bad food. Just like when China was given this virus, they were given it in a shipment of bad food. They are not attacking us. We are not attacking them. It was already talked about. They were attacked. We were attacked. And it's not even by other countries. It's by their militias. Like, we are being attacked, like, taken over by our own militia. Like, there has never been a time when ISIS has not fucking done something and instantly taken credit. Ever. Has there? No. There has not. They have always taken credit because they're proud of what they did. They do it with a religious passion. They do it for their own reason. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying they do it with a passion for a reason, and they do it for their own reason. But they do it with a reason, and they do it with passion. Now, all these other people are just doing it just to do it, to try to take charge. Blame it on somebody else, but take all the good credit. Now, it seems to be what everybody's been doing. Now this COVID bullshit, which was already disproven after I went down to Florida and came back up here. And yeah, it was our own veterans that shot up all the friggin', that shot up the bases because they were like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Not doing anything. We didn't hear about it in Maine for a lot longer than that. They're wondering why it's all technological bullshit, like why my phone isn't working, why somebody else's phone isn't working. But I can only get Wi-Fi calls, but I get free calls and text messages, but I can only get them on Wi-Fi. But I only get 5 gigs. There's a call filter that you can't block through Verizon. We had over $500 racked up on our bill in a few weeks. I had blocked certain phone numbers that I knew were never to know my phone number in the first place, and I wanted blocked. They somehow got unblocked. There are also people that I've been the victim of that I have tried to talk to people about, but they apparently were given my child. And so the mask thing, if you wear a mask, better not to see you with. Now, again, I'm going to bring this point up, which this is kind of awkward. Well, it's extremely awkward. Think about if it happened to you and you didn't know what the hell to do. I believe it's Muslim. I'm sorry if I'm not trying to offend anybody. I can't think of exactly what it is, but they wear their face coverings, women, females. Now, they only uncover their face, this I do know, for their husbands and God. Correct? They believe, just like Christianity, in a God of gods, the anointed, the cure, blah, blah, blah. They believe in the same way that the world will end as humanity being selfish and greedy and everything. Now, I have had Muslim women, 3 different women, 3 different occasions, and nobody's around, like, uncover their face and smile at me, and cover their face back up and walk away. One time was in Portland when that little boy was running around naked that was dropped. And then the church bell started ringing in Portland, like, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, holy shit. Again, this is, things that have happened to me that I'm not crazy for. And, if I was a little crazy, why are all these people that are actually criminally insane being given children? Why? But ADHD and brain cancer, when you could have freaking helped me? Like, going to a rehabilitation for pain management, and so my brain can regrow, and they can try to get the infection out of my brain, but these people get constant pain medication. Apparently, they felt they needed this more than I did. The person who actually, this brain, I have, just passed gallstones again. There is, it looks like brain tissue possibly in it. There is definitely brain fluid, the way that it hardens in it. And that it causes actually like little poop pearls, shining just like pearls that you would find in an oyster, but in my poo. Now I also have blood. For those of you who keep telling me to go to a hospital, I have a no trespass that was served to me by Bangor police. last like February. Um, Meaning if I step foot on the property, if I try to go into the hospital systems, or any of their affiliates, is what I was told, I will be arrested on the spot and thrown in jail. I also have received a no trespass from the homeless shelters in Bangor, Maine. Um, yep. So can't do that till next February. Um, so yeah, so I can't get my records, and that was why they initially said that they gave me the no trespass. Now again, if you breathe in too much oxygen, I mean carbon dioxide, right? So keeping these masks on, you might as well just go suck on a friggin' like an exhaust on a fucking car, right? Because that's all you're doing is. Now, what about people like me? I'm claustrophobic. I feel like people are stealing my oxygen. I feel like people are stealing my air. I can't have oxygen masks. I have to have the respials due to my claustrophobia. If you've ever had a breathing issue or ever had a traumatic event where you could not breathe, either drowning or smoke inhalation or something like that, then you probably understand my fear of feeling like you're running out of oxygen. It's, yeah, I have it. It's a phobia, but I know it. Just like in oxygen, I fully know that there is oxygen pumping through into it. It's just I start to get all sweaty. I start to get all shaky. And it's a fear. It doesn't make me crazy. There's plenty of you that are fucking crazy. Believe me. But yeah, so again, Janet Mills wants everybody to mask up. Really? Really? I'm pretty fucking sure you need to get like exposed to some stuff. You need to like do that. I'm pretty sure that if people actually knew that I have lived with cancer my entire life, because that's why I'm not red anymore. That's why I'm not that little red little wild Indian anymore. Is because of being born with leukemia. I do have my. Can't really see. My birthmark there, and then I have the place where you can see where my birthmark, my strawberry birthmark on my shin was, on my right shin actually. I just had to throw little words in there here and there because nobody has actually. I have yet to have anybody talk to me. I have been extremely ill. Fever, passing gallstones for over a month now. I'm not quite sure, but can people pass their own gallbladder? Because I may have done that. Pretty sure the pancreas. Not really sure, but yeah. I know, I'm wondering why, if you guys are so into this stuff, and the CDC, this already was disproven in Florida. WFLX or WFLAX or something like that, Channel 8, actually put it on there this past spring, after I had returned back to Maine, because I had reported yet again, and there had been yet another thing. For 2 years, there has been an illegal surveillance issue, where people have been spying on people's phones, doing all of this type of stuff, the whole targeted individual, harassing people, stalking people, which that does label you criminally insane if you do that, because you are literally in an obsessive point of destroying a life. Which the United Nations is doing a whole thing about targeted individuals and all this stuff, and cyber hacking and all this stuff. Now with medical devices that are, yet again, those are protected private health information. And mine belong to the United States military. Not all of them, but some. Some of them belong to some fucking crazy assholes who decided to put them inside me when I wasn't in a hospital. You guys think I'm going to have operation on my foot when you wouldn't let me even get pain meds for it? No. And then I said, well, I'll do it awake. They said, no. I said, why? They said, well, who'd want to have a surgery awake? I said, somebody who wants to make sure you're actually operating on my fucking foot. That's who. Somebody who has literally had their jawbone grinded down, 15 teeth taken. And that tooth did come out through the flap that they'd put here, because top teeth are fake. Bottom ones aren't. They can't be removed. They had put the drainage point for my sinus, from my brain infection and my sinus infection and my brain fluid, to come out there and go into where my tooth was, so it would go, in fact, into my bloodstream. That was done in Portland or wherever they put me in after, which I believe was Ross Manor. Why isn't there anybody working on like Sundays? Still no answer. I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to want to know the answers to these questions just like I did. Want to know why you guys have decided to prove that I am, or say that I am so wrong, when you guys are not medical professionals. You guys have gone against medical professionals' advice. You guys have gone against my advice. Nobody knows my body but me. There's been medical hacks. My medical was also sent to Hernando County Sheriff's Department, which was uploaded. Now, that was uploaded to a police department, correct? To the police forum, which then was hacked with a LexisNexis, by the way. Yeah, so pretty much they're still fucking with me. When I woke up in Penobscot County Jail on the second time, I was in so much pain, and I don't think you guys know what it's like to be in end of life cancer for 14, 15 years. 2005, 2006. But it's fucking excruciating. Fucking excruciating. These people can't handle withdrawals. These people can't handle fucking a toothache. Can't a headache, migraine. Really, you're gonna complain to me about that? My bones are pretty much being eaten away. They grind, they pop. My joints, my muscles are almost gone. Everything. But I'm still alive. Apparently, that's nothing special to anybody. Used to be. So what would the cure be? Who do you think would the cure would be? And then considering that they just put me on a watch and wait list for my blood cells since I was born, and I am a very, very dark Native American who, my hair has changed from different chemos. I was never put on chemo for cancer. I was put on it for an off-label use. It was a men's prostate chemotherapy drug. I was put on to medically induce me into menopause for my endometriosis to stop me from bleeding, which didn't work. So yeah, I'm not a man. I am not a man. I was not on probation. You guys really need to fix this. You guys know that all the doctors quit, pretty much, Eastern Maine. I was given a box 3 times with enough stimulants, enough pain medication, enough anxiety medication, on and off street. Cash and directions. I was supposed to be given a vehicle 3 different times to get me somewhere safe, to get somewhere. That was that was 17 months ago. That was June, July. 2019. I never got one of those boxes. I've been in excruciating pain. Everybody keeps saying I need to take a drug test for DHS. Well, DHS didn't take my children. DCF never took my children. YFA took my children, who is really Kid Central, that's where the problem is. You see, because they're impersonating actual people that can take your children from you. They work for an international adoption agency, and if somebody doesn't tell me why the fuck you guys aren't doing anything about BIA, you just let it wide open right after we separated? Seriously? Like, if we're supposed to be in charge, then you're supposed to give us the money. You know that, right? Like, you can't just expect the Penobscots and First Nation to fund everything when you take everything and you give the stimulus checks back and they're really people's taxes for 2 years. Like, I'm not mentally disabled. I'm physically disabled. But I literally can't believe that at least in friggin' Idiocracy they were given a chance. Like, and I have been, you guys have replaced a lot of kids from Winniport and Hampden. A lot of us Winniport kids, and especially a lot of kids that I grew up from friends with or played instruments with or, played sports with and stuff like that. We were actually all given Presidential Academic Achievement Awards. Which, I don't know, they may have changed now, just like being in a presidential room in a hospital. Apparently now everybody has. Well, not when they actually meant something. Yeah. So, again, the whole masks, you're actually making yourself more sick. You're just rebreathing in everything. If it was really like that, pretty much if you have survived this so far, then you've survived it. Again, with the CDC, the main CDC would be held liable for any breaches, just like Purdue. But you know what? A lot of us just really wanted some fucking help. And I don't think that my Purdue lawsuit should be fucked up because now all of a sudden there's a Purdue fucking college. But you guys aren't even understanding that everything online is hacked. This is why my family never believed in trusting the internet with our money. Because we're all giving all your money to Bitcoin and all this shit. What the fuck happened to cold hard cash? If you guys gave me Zuckbucks, like Zuckerbuck, like fucking itchy and scratchy money that isn't worth jack shit, and I can't even get on that Facebook anymore, like, are you fucking serious? I didn't agree. I didn't do any of that. And again, this is my official appeal to have a judge that is not Judge Statham, because Judge Statham is not Judge Statham all the time. And even Judge Toner Jr. was like, what am I even doing here? Like, you guys can't do that shit. Yeah, I would like to officially, for the 100 millionth time, I'll give a pretty hefty fucking detainer if somebody fucking helps me. Anybody helps me. I am looking for my children. I'm looking for my family. I don't think it's funny when people steal my ID and then tell me my family is dead and I need to get to Florida, but I have no way to get there, and steal my phone and my license. They have stolen everything from me. Everything, down to my car. That car would have saved the Gulf of Mexico. Not no more. Again, so thank whoever you guys have, because Brewer PD ripped me out of that. So thanks again to whoever's been pretending to be Stevie Lee McGrain, but I am the Stevie Lee McGrain. Again, nobody had been named Stevie Lee or Stevie Lee McGrain ever. Back up to 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago or whatever it was. Sorry, my brain cancer, I kind of get off a little bit, but sometimes I forget stuff. So people ask me questions and I don't quite remember right off the bat, and I answer. But then you guys get so mad at me. Like, fucking Jesus Christ, give a girl a break. I got fucking brain cancer. Like, sorry. But you guys can be caught lying, straight up lying. And it's okay, right? Because you're mentally disabled. So why are you getting children? Why isn't someone taking care of you? Yeah, baby girl. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I won't. And nobody came. To my children, Trevor, John, Quinn, whatever they name my children in Portland. And Quinn, I guess, is going by Hope and Faith. My 2 girls, I don't know where my son is, but I believe Melanie McGrain was given that child. Which would make a lot of sense for all the records and stuff, which I don't believe that she was never supposed to be allowed to have my children. She was only allowed to be around my children if I agreed. Nobody was to be around my children that I didn't approve of. And if Judge Toner Jr. is up in Maine and realizes that I don't know who the fuck has my children, and you promised me I would be giving them back, and I did everything that trafficking ring demanded of me that I signed for. I had multiple psych evaluations. I had multiple substance abuse. They all said that I didn't need it. I just needed my children, my pain medication, my stimulants, and they needed to listen to me because the CDC really didn't know why the fuck my blood cancer goes back to normal and why it slows down and everything. Well, it was stimulants and pain medication and no stress. You guys have been putting me through stress, torturing me, plus on top of my pain. Stress will kill you faster than anything else. Stress will destroy you. This is now, I've been 17 months homeless, thanks to these people at DHS and in YFA in Florida. Northern Lights Hospital System. Yeah, so next time you go in for a surgery, maybe you should see how old those surgeons are, because I'm not letting that 20-year-old neurosurgeon work on me. I don't fucking care.